All right, welcome to another episode of Real Talk with Kingsley. This is a boxing recap because of what went on last night in Francis Ngannou and Tyson Fury. Man, all the stars were out. Everybody seems to be out at the fight. But more importantly, I was very impressed by Francis Ngannou, especially being his first professional bout, boxing bout, and it's against the heavyweight champion of the world. I personally, in watching the full fight, I thought that he got robbed. I thought he won a split decision, over the champion, especially being that he was the more aggressive fighter and the one, seemed to be hunting him down. But I want you to take a look at a little bit of a highlight and let me know what you think. In my opinion, I think that Francis Ngannou won, but let me know what you think and hit the like button, subscribe, and please, of course, we appreciate you, watching and helping us promote the channel. Thank you so much.
Monday morning, we're all just about to leave to go back home. First of all, Tyson Fury, how are you feeling?
I'm all good, mate, yeah.
Just to go back to the other night, just obviously you've had just over 24, 36 hours to maybe digest it, but what did you think of your own performance from Saturday?
It wasn't the best performance, but I'm not going to make any excuses. I had a good camp. There was no one to blame or no one to do anything. It was a tough fight. I had to get off the floor to win, and no excuses.
But in terms of yourself and what people are used to seeing you perform, in terms of that, how did you see it? Did you see it was a below par performance from yourself?
Yeah, it was a below par performance, but take nothing away from the other man. You're only as good as your opponent will let you be. That's a fact.
Do you think at some points, obviously it was drummed into you throughout the whole build-up that basically you couldn't lose to this man?
No. I didn't train for a fight.
You didn't say that, but I'm just saying.
That one time, did I?
You didn't say that, but it was being drummed into you. Like we interviewed.
That's what happens when if I've listened to the media and all the so-called boxing experts. Oh, it's an easy fight, it's a mismatch, it's not worth watching. Then I wouldn't been able to win that fight.
So you're not are you saying that you didn't underestimate Francis at all?
No, didn't underestimate him. I trained for 12 weeks, give it the best preparation I could have done, and that's it.
Would you say he was better than what you thought he was?
We didn't know how good he was or how bad he was. There was no footage of him. Never seen the man fight before as a boxer, and that was it. So he was a lot more awkward than I thought he'd be, and he wasn't walking onto me, and he was just an awkward man. He was good at what he was doing, so fair play to him. Don't take anything away from him. He gave me a better fight than all the boxers did in the last 10 years. I think that's been my toughest fight I've had for years.
Let's go to that third round, because obviously the whole...
Not so much my toughest fight for years, but maybe he won the 10-8 round and he maybe won one other round. But other than that, I was just boxing him and he couldn't really close the distance down on me. So at points it was tough, but not so much the other way.
But we have seen you over two different fights, well, three different fights of you going down and then obviously getting back up, etc. But that seems to have kind of stunned the arena when you were dropped in that third round. A shot that seems to be to the side, to the back of the head. Talk me through that. What you remember of that?
I didn't remember anything. I just got a little bit greedy. I hit him with a 1-2 down the pipe, clean, and I jumped back in for another 1-2, and he got me on the way out. That was it. There's nothing. There's no who to blame. Blame me. There's no blame the trainer. The blame the manager. Blame the cut man. Blame me if you're going to blame anybody. It was what it was. It's a fight game. It's not tap dancing. You go in there, you have a fight, and that's it. You get out of there, you get paid. The good thing is, I've got paid, I'm going home to my family, and we go on to the next undisputed fight. So,
I didn't see that coming, that performance.
Well, you are not alone. So many people didn't see that coming.
Not because you're obviously a legendary fighter in the sport of MMA, but, I mean, that's not bad for your first proper boxing match, is it?
No, it's not bad, but I was really looking for a win tonight. I mean, and I think we did a pretty close fight. I could have won the fight. But, maybe I should have done more a little more to convince the judge that I won the fight.
So I know you're a very gracious man, but I just saw you when the verdict was announced. I mean, you looked very disappointed. Did you think you'd got it?
Yeah, I think I get it. I mean, I knocked him down in the second round, and then I get some good round that he was in deep trouble. You know, like, again, I didn't want to overextend myself and go harder and try to finish him in those rounds. But I think was round 5 or 6, he was like pretty bad, and I was getting a good work in those rounds. So we get some rounds pretty even, but so I definitely believe that I won this fight. You know, it's hard for a new guy to come in and just make his rules.
And you were at very close quarters with him in there. Did you get the feeling that he was struggling? Did you think that you were getting the better of him, and he was running out of ideas with how to beat you?
There's a reason why he was running. I mean, there's a man in front of him. I didn't knock him out, but I did knock him down. I did hit him, so he knows that there was a risk coming. So, and everybody feels different when he get hit.
Well, I've just spoken to Conor McGregor at ringside. He watched the fight. And he thinks you should be in the mix with the likes of Anthony Joshua and co. Do you feel ready? Do you think after that, do you feel encouraged to go into boxing a bit more, make it your main sport maybe?
Listen, I just fought the best in the sport, in Tyson Fury, and I think this was, I mean, I didn't win the fight, but I definitely win a confidence in the sport, in myself, about the sport. I definitely gained a little more experience tonight. I feel the water. I know how it feels. So I'm pretty confident moving forward, fighting anybody else. This was the top of the game. You know, I'm sure that a lot of those heavyweight couldn't hold like him. I mean, they would have tried to hit, but none of them could have like overcome this fight the way that he did.
And we all know your power. It was talked about. I think you got the hardest. You're the hardest hitting man on the planet. We didn't know if you could deliver in a boxing ring, but as you say, you put him down, and I think he was stunned, like literally and mentally.
Yes, I mean, I think he did the same. Again, everybody get hit and your mind change. You know, don't care if you're you get hit by a boxer or by a ping pong player. When you get hit in your face, it feels different, and then you think different.
I'm looking at your face. There doesn't seem to be a mark on it. Were you hurt in there at all?
No, I wasn't hurt. He did hit me. He did land some good punches, but at some point I fear his moment, and then was able to read him come in and was able to anticipate, like roll, step back, and all this stuff. But he did land some shot, but not enough to hurt me.
Okay, and just before we go, a word for your fans. I was kneeling down right next to them at the front when they had their Cameroon flags. They were blowing the horns. How did that spur you on in the fight?
Well, that was very cool. This is the first time in my career that I'm fighting with my family and friends from my country coming to support me. I mean, even if this was a fight, this is also like a huge event. This is a cultural event. This is some event no one else. So I'm trying to enjoy. I'm trying to be part of the history and have fun, and also enjoy this moment with my family, share this with them.
We didn't know if this was going to be a one-off exhibition match.
No. He has never been a one-off stuff. I didn't plan to come here for a one-off. Obviously, I still intend to go do some MMA fight, but this is not a one-off, man. I basically after this, I'm going back home with a bittersweet in my mouth. So I really want to come and reinstall it and make things right and get my victory.
Still undefeated from the United Kingdom, the WBC heavyweight world champion, the Gypsy King, Tyson Fury.
the reaction has been pretty swift. Everyone from UFC icon Conor McGregor, Jake Paul, Canelo Alvarez, Mike Tyson, Nate Diaz, everyone has expressed disappointment at how this turned out. Let's see if they can do something to correct boxing, because right now it's not a good sign. Basically, this is reactions to the Tyson Fury and Francis Ngannou fight. Okay, so I've watched this fight over and over, and I've really came to one conclusion, is that there was no way that boxing was going to let the MMA guy win. Okay, and this is what's probably wrong with boxing today, is that no matter what, when it goes to the decision, when it goes to the judge's hands, anything can happen. Okay, because I watched that fight, and kind of like most people that watch the fight, you come away with an opinion, whether it's good, bad, who you believe the winner was. Okay, personally, I felt that watching this fight, from what I can see, that at the very least, Francis Ngannou won a split decision. Okay, I think it was actually a unanimous decision. If I were judging the fight, I would have scored that fight, for all three cards for Francis Ngannou. Okay, but that's my own personal belief. It's just like when I watched Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder. Deontay Wilder, even though he's a big guy, he just doesn't have enough meat there to push, Tyson around. Okay. And Tyson, obviously wasn't afraid of his punches. He just literally, was walking through them after a while. And as evident, he ended up, destroying Deontay Wilder. Okay. And anyone that, that's seen those last two fights with Wilder, I think it was pretty self-explanatory. Okay. Now, you fast forward to Francis Ngannou and what transpired. It's simply amazing. There's no other way to really put it, but there's a lot of reactions, a lot of different people. They have, voiced their opinion, given their, and they all seem to think that Francis Ngannou, at the very least, won that fight. So let me know what you think. Did he win the fight or did he not win the fight? What do you think? And then, of course, hit the like button and subscribe. And I appreciate you. I appreciate you supporting the channel. Thank you.